Hello everyone, this is Colin on the ASCA Elite channel, and here we are for the Pennzoil Pro Series, race 21 at Las Vegas, and we come in here with a great points battle for the championship on our hands. However, right now it has gone dangerously towards Webster Zygarde with a 44-point lead over his competitors, and that big Motorsport Chevrolet is the one driver all of his chase competitors are looking at, because if Webster Zygarde gets another really good day here today, the other competitors may not be able to come back and make a good comeback in time for Armory Digital for the last race of the season. Anyways, we're going to get your starting lineup here today. Aaron Lukes is on the pole with Chaser Blaine Keys on his outside. Row 2 has Jay Barker and Jay Durrell, the two Jays in that row. Two really strong drivers, one in the chase, one not. Row 3, Webster Zygarde, your points leader, and an impressive start for Ash Hussain. Row 4, Brian Boone, ex-Chaser, as well as Cody Russell, eliminated last week. Row 5, Derek Petrie and Kyle Singer, a pair of Big Motorsports teammates, making it in the top 10, all four Big Motorsports teammates. Row 6, Addison Steinbach and Chaser Jack Newman. Row 7, Ryan Dunn and Michael Jones, your first race of the chase winner. Row 8, Rocky McMahon and Daniel Voiles, both never were in the chase. Last good start for them. Row 9, Kyle Collins and Nick Purcell's, a pair of Old Spice Racing teammates, as well as chasers. Row 10, a pair of Hoffman Motorsports teammates, Cole Baker, your current Rookie of the Year points leader, and John Gilbert with a really good starting spot. Row 11, Brian Lenning and Nikita Rizkov. Row 12, Zach Cars and Sam Rogers, a pair of Toyota who were chasers. Row 13, Tyler Selspin leaving after the season, and his teammate, Zach Kamoski. Row 14, Rick Witt, a chaser, pretty far back for him, and Eric Willis, ex-chaser. Row 15, Ryan Kendall, been on a hot streak recently, and Tony Green to his outside. Row 16, Dion Scott and Cody Smart, two rookies in this Row 16. Row 17, Matthew Brown and Haley Wish, making it Vincent Motorsports teammates qualifying for this race. Row 18, Daniel Maxwell and Jesse Dalton, a pair of Fords. Row 19, Nicholas Samudio starting way in the back, and Allison Davidson back after missing last week. Row 20, Joseph Srigley and Jose Vaquez for Double Team Motorsports, a pair of teammates right there. Row 21, Cesar Chavez, really good so far in the chase, despite not being in the chase, and Stuart Gratton rounds out the field. They're the people that did not qualify for the race, and I saw someone head off to pit road, and we are going to see the green flag, but Blaine Keys is not on the front row anymore. And an impressive start for Aaron Lukes, but what has happened to Blaine Keys? Highest starting chaser in the field, and now it looks like he has made his way down to pit road. We are unsure of what the reasons are from this. As for Aaron Lukes, he is going to lead the first lap of the race, with Jay Durrell following in behind him, and Jay Barker will wrap up in third place, your highest running chaser now, after this guy came down pit road. Supposedly issues under the hood, no word yet, but he has taken his car behind the wall, as well coming down pit road Tony Green for what's suspected to be a flat tire. He will continue, but Blaine Keys, it looks like his chase hopes are going to come to an end, as he's going to retire from the race before it even started. We're continuing on with the front of the pack though here, as Webster Zygarde has made his way into third, passing the two car. Zygarde, obviously, like we said, a big person to watch here today, no pun intended. He drives for Big Motorsports, but definitely with that 44-point lead, these guys are wanting to cut into that lead, and he's leading the race right now for all the chasers. Not what they all wanted to see. This could end up being a repeat of what we saw in Season 1 with Jake Booker. Jay Barker has climbed his way up to fourth in points. However, he used to be the dominant car of the class of the field. I mean, Barker, no one could beat him, and he was on a pretty good winning streak there for a while. However, he has just slipped and is now 50 points off the lead. Brian Lenning is also worth noting, as he has been really strong the past few weeks. In fact, Tanker Motorsports as a whole, really strong organization in these last few races. Tanker actually has had their cars running up inside the top 5, at least 2 of them the past 2 races, so currently doing very successful at that team. Derek Petrie, you see, here's a chaser, a big group of chasers actually. I see Jack Newman, Rick Witt further behind. I believe he's the furthest back chaser, and also Nick Purcell's in the 00 car. You see Cody Russell also driving in there, as well as Kyle Singer, both eliminated from the chase last week. This week we only have 2 drivers being eliminated, but it does not hurt to drive to be the best you can, because you could easily be eliminated next week. But one guy that doesn't have to be worried about that, Webster Zygarde, he is actually impervious to being eliminated this week, no matter where he finishes. So he doesn't have to worry about that, but obviously if you have a really bad run, you'd be really scared about where he would finish the next race, because that could end up getting him out of the chase. Obviously, all bets are off right now. You still got to have good runs no matter where you are in the points. Just some have an easier time at it than others. Oh, we got a spinner. Zach Komoski's going to get in the wall, and that will bring out our first caution of the day. And that's a shame, because Komoski came off of a good run at Sonoma last week, something that the team desperately needed. All the cars at SFR Racing qualified pretty well, but it's not going to go well for Komoski early in the race. And you see, came together. I could not tell really what happened there, but definitely a miscommunication there as Komoski came down, maybe Maxwell came up. We're going to get an onboard view here. Maxwell held his line. Got a little loose once he made contact, but that was mainly Zach Komoski's fault. Such a shame. Guess he just was not as clear as he thought he was, and he's going to pay the price for it, definitely. As we see cars come down pit road, the 5 car leads him in, as he has led every single lap today, and he's going to lead the field out of pit road into the green flag. 2 cars a lap down, Komoski recovering from that crash, and Tony Green, who had the tire issue early in the race. As you see, though, Komoski is definitely going to hold things up here. You see the 00 car Chaser trying to get by on the outside while some of his chase competitors are being held up. I see Derek Petrie, Jay Barker, Jack Newman, all of them being held up. Definitely they're not going to be appreciating the 88, but at this track, it's really hard. There's not many grooves here to work with, so he's trying his best to get out of the way of everyone. Definitely not doing the Chasers much of a favor, though. It's worth to mention Arsha Sain, as he's going to go by on the outside from the 43 car, and strong effort by the 9 team. But Arsha Sain, how about that team? It's so tough this entire season for them. Did not even come close to making the chase for a national racing car. That's really not where they wanted to be. Also up there, Brock McMahon doing pretty well. But looking back, this is inside the top 10. How about Cole Baker, your Rookie of the Year points leader? He just continues to press week in and week out. I believe he missed a race a few races ago. But other than that, he has just been astounding when he's qualified for these races. Just doing everything he needs to do to wrap up the season with that Rookie of the Year win. We see Jay Durrell falling just a little bit. He's been passed by Ryan Dunn, and now Ryan Dunn's going to go after the 9 car. Aaron Lukes, while he's had the benefit of having these guys behind him battle for position, he hasn't been able to get away from them. This is a super fast track, so you'd think he would, but currently it's just not being too well for the 5 car. As you see, the 96 though is definitely closing the gap on him now after he completed the pass. Here's the Vincent Motorsports cars. Don't know where Vincent Motorsports is going next season, if they are decreasing or expanding. But currently this season, it's a forgettable one in the Pennzoil Pro Series. They've had some success in the Copper Amateur Series, but definitely not here. The 52 car, Mackenzie Rustin's scheduled to run the full season. However, he was booted from the team after race 5, which is never a good sign. And they've had Cody Smart and Jack Porkins fill in for that seat while he's been gone. The 53 and the 7 have ran towards the front, but now find themselves in the back after the 88 car kind of held up their line. You also see back there the 56 and the 03, 2 non-chasers that have been tremendous in the past few weeks. Can't say enough about Cesar Chavez either. I mean, Chavez has just been pulling the points gap over the other cars who did not make the chase. At least 30 plus points by now for that 03 car over second place outside the chase, Addison Steinbach. Really been an outstanding chase season for Cesar Chavez, despite him not being in the chase. Cole Baker, you see, moving inside the top 5 now, as Webster Zygarde has found his way back towards the front. And most notably, the 5 car has been dethroned from the lead. Ryan Dunn was able to push him aside, and that's all she wrote. Dunn now out front. Oh, and someone's back. It's the 5 car of Aaron Lukes. We were just talking about him, and now he is smoking and on the apron. And what a disaster for the 5 car. And now that you mention it, well, this will drop the 5 car out of the race, but this makes it so that the entire front row has been out because of mechanical issues. We saw Blaine Keys before the race even started out of the race, and now Aaron Lukes and the 5 car who started on the inside The pole position driver now out of the race due to an engine problem. And you see that'll leave the lead with Ryan Dunn, but he is being held up by the 88 car. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say he's being a good back marker at this point because there was 2 lines there and the 88 shows the one where everyone was going. But he is going to get out of the way now, luckily. But it's going to really constrict this pack you see here, as everyone really now you can throw a blanket over these guys up at the front. About a 7-car pack, now pretty much a 5-car breakaway as Boone and Cole Baker struggle to get by the 88 car. But the field will string out once again as we are experiencing pit stops. But for the moment, let's see your mid-race report. As you see, the 96 car is out front. Jay Durrell in second. We only have 2 cars out of the race. That includes the 5 car of Aaron Lukes. And Blaine Keys, your front row, out with mechanical issues. Definitely not what they wanted to see. However, we're going to add another one to this list because coming into pit road, we're going to have problems. Dion Scott is going to confuse the gas pedal for the brake pedal and run right into the back of the 99 car. Voiles obviously is not really sure what happened there, but for Dion Scott, he's going to pay the price and drop out of the race due to too much damage and a radiator leak. Not what the Double T Motorsports car driver wanted to see, as he's going to drop his car out of the race. Ryan Dunn, though, will pick up the lead again after pit stops, and Durrell not too far behind. These 2 drivers, their chase seasons can be summed up as terrible. Jay Durrell and Ryan Dunn out in 20th position and 18th. Durrell has stated multiple times that he just wants the season to be over. I mean, coming off of winning the championship last season to now going to finish 18th in points, not what he was expecting at all, and ever since being eliminated, things have not gotten much better. But you see Webster Zygarde, he was a huge loser on these pit stops. He had the opportunity to string the gap way far out in front of his competitors, but it's not going to happen because he is outside the top 30 right now. And somehow Rick Witt, who's been running in the back all race long, he finds himself in a pretty competitive position inside the top 15, battling with his fellow chaser Kyle Collins, who's kind of had a slow day today. However, he's always been running up front as well. Just outside the top 10 for Kyle Collins most of the day, but really slow and steady, and you might end up winning the championship if everything goes your way. We see it today with Webster Zygarde pit road issues, and they have put him way back in the field. We also have a pretty surprising class in the front of the field, and here Stuart Gratton looks like he is having a problem. I was going to mention Stuart Gratton as well as Haley Wish for running inside the top 10, but it looks like Gratton's going to get some bad luck, and he's going to sink to the apron. We're not sure what's going on with the car. Even the team doesn't know. It sounds like the car has lost power. They're going to try to bring it back to pit road and see if they can fix it. But the Centric Parts Ford is not going to get it the finish that it was going for. And that's such a shame for Stuart Gratton, running really well, trying to close the rookie their points gap to at least some length that he can recover from. But now it looks like that dream is pretty much shattered as only 3 races left. I don't think that gap can be mended. Michael Jones has kind of fought his way up into a position that he can get some points. Oh, we have a car in the wall. It's another chaser. And this is Jack Newman this time. Oh, no. And that's in turn 2. And the Nitro Chevrolet, he was 8th coming in here in points. That is not a good position that he wanted to be in. Oh, no. And he's going to get spun by his teammate, Jay Barker. Oh, no. And it looked like a very similar situation to what we saw earlier in the race between Maxwell and Kamoski. But this time, teammates, and more importantly, chasers, are going to wipe each other out, where Jack Newman's going to get the worst of it. And Barker must be kicking himself right now because he probably just knocked Newman out of a chance at continuing on in the chase. But alas, we'll have a green flag attempt again as we go single file, under 10 laps to go. And Arsha Sain, the other National Racing driver, the only one really who's not had a problem today, is out front. But Ryan Dunn, he's got to look out. Ryan Dunn has not had a win this season, and if you remember to Season 1 and Season 2, he got 3 wins in each of those seasons. Time is running out for him to even get 1, and Ryan Dunn definitely wants to get it done here today. But as for Arsha Sain, he just wants to turn this miserable season around and show that he is the good driver that he came into the season being. But we got a pair of teammates back here, Michael Jones and Brian Boone. This is a battle for 3rd place. Michael Jones is the highest running chaser at this point. He came in here 3rd in points, so he didn't necessarily have to have a really good run. But this is definitely going to help him catch Webster Zygarde in the points, because that was definitely one of his concerns coming in. But you wouldn't believe this, but here's the second highest running chaser, Rick Witt. I was counting him out to do something really special today, but he has found his way inside the top 10. Back at the front of the field, though, with 4 laps to go. Hassan's going to get held up just a little bit by Kamaski. Kamaski going to shut the door now. Oh, and that is not what he wants to do for this battle for the lead. Ryan Dunn's not going to be able to make the move, though, and Hassan will now go to the inside. Probably shake a fist as he goes by, because that was pretty much uncalled for. But Kamaski is definitely being a bad backmarker. And look who's making the move, Michael Jones. Where did he come from? Michael Jones started way back. There was a bunch of lap cars, though. He's made it past a ton of cars in these last few laps. And you see Arsha Sain just trying to stay out in front. He has 2 more laps to get his first win of the season. Ryan Dunn looks like he's out of contention, so he'll be down to Hassan and the chaser Michael Jones. Winner earlier this season at race 17. And right now, Arsha Sain just has to hold off. And he's getting held up, and there goes Michael Jones on by. I believe that was Jack Newman that held up Arsha Sain. Oh no! And Hassan looked like he had the race won if he was able to block the 47, but that's not going to be the case. And no question, Michael Jones off of the corner. He's going to win the race at Las Vegas, and Hassan and Ryan Dunn are going to finish 2nd and 3rd after being held up by lap cars. Oh, how different this race could have turned out if lap cars were not an issue. And that's going to be an interesting team meeting, though, at National Racing. Jack Newman looks like he's out of the chase. Jay Barker wrecking Jack Newman, and Jack Newman pretty much losing the race for Arsha Sain. As for Michael Jones, he'll celebrate with victory burnouts. Hassan, he'll take a 2nd, but he definitely would have loved the win. Ryan Dunn 3rd. He's not going to get that win here today. And how about Daniel Maxwell with a solid top 5 performance from that DW Racing Ford. Here's the middle of the pack. Webster Zygarde not going to come back to where he wanted to be. 24th, not what he looked for. And how about Blaine Keys? Battery issues on before the race even started. Engine problems for Aaron Lukes, as well as Jay Durrell in the closing laps. We did not mention that, and definitely not what he wanted to see, as his season's only going to get worse. But as we see the point standings, Jack Newman and Blaine Keys, the 2 drivers who got in trouble today, are in fact going to get eliminated, and we are now just down to 7 drivers in the chase as we race towards Armory Digital in the last race of the chase in Season 3. Well, that's all for now. This is the Pennzoil Pro Series signing off. We'll see you next race at California, where we have 3 races left and 2 more chase drivers to eliminate.